Hello everybody and welcome back to a Speedbuild. This is me, VelvettB, and today we are building in an apartment actually. So this is part of a collaboration that I did with MenaBuchner. She kindly put together this particular collaboration and it was for an apartment build, prepping for the For Rent pack that has I think it's now come out. I think by the time this airs, it'll have come out and we'll all be busy playing with our mold in different apartments and that sort of thing. So the premise behind this particular apartment is it is a one-bedroom apartment for a wealthy couple who are into the neutral tones. So I'm going super neutral on this one, and it's all going to be in real creamy sort of beige tones is kind of the idea. So it was quite an interesting build from the perspective that it's quite long and narrow, so that did add a level of difficulty, I think, to planning out how the build would go. So as you can see, I've sort of done 2 rooms and then the rest is going to be a really open plan. So the room closest to the front door, I think it's one of the doors anyway, and it's going to be the bedroom, and then the smaller room there with the tiling is probably obviously going to be the bathroom. This little area that I'm working on now with the tiling, that's going to be the kitchen. So it's just going to be like quite a small little kitchen, and it'll just be in that little space, and then that'll go on to the dining area. I'm just switching that to the Home Chef Hustle tiling wallpaper, which I really like. It's in the really nice neutral tones as well, so that was kind of perfect for this build. So I'm using the Home Chef Hustle kit, pack. I'm so used to saying kit for new things, and it's not, it's a stuff pack. I mean, who would have thought it? We actually got a stuff pack this year. Amazing. So just working through what colour I want to do, and I will get there eventually, I think in a beige, a really nice beige. There we go, getting there. And this is a medium wall size build, so I will go reasonably high on the wall with the cabinets as well. So yeah, it was just there wasn't a lot of space for the kitchen, but I think I got all of the essentials in there anyway. So I mean, you don't necessarily, I mean, it's a luxury thing, and if you want to put lots of accessories down, then sure, you can go like for an extra big build in the kitchen. So if you want to have like your popcorn maker and your like your food processors and your waffle maker and stuff like that, then you might want to have a bigger kitchen, because you need a bit of space to spread all those out, because you can basically only fit one of those per counter. So by the time you get all of those little small appliances out, you kind of need a lot of counters. I know this because the other day I built a restaurant and I kind of had most of them, if not all of them, out, and I was kind of like, oh, I need like about, I don't know, 10, 12 maybe counters. There's quite a few. Anyhow, so I didn't need like a particularly large, I don't think you need a particularly large kitchen for it to be functional. And I feel like in an apartment build, you're probably not going to have heaps of room for that sort of thing, unless it's like a super big apartment, then fine. But yeah, this isn't a super big apartment. It's an okay size apartment, but it's not super big. So what am I doing? I am probably working on lighting. There we go. Yes, I am. I was considering the cool kitchen light, but it's really bad. I really like the look of it, but that's the problem with like a lot of the lighting in The Sims is I really like the look of the light, but then it doesn't actually give off much light, and that's frustrating because I like my builds to be well lit. I want to be able to see, when I'm playing, I actually want to be able to see what my Sims are doing, so I prefer to have a well lit house. Call me crazy, but that's what I prefer. So yeah, I went with the base game little square lights because they give off good lights. More often than not, I will go with a really simple basic light over something fancy just because of the light that it gives. So I have done a little bit of clutter in the kitchen. I did skip forward a little bit so you can sort of see the end of me getting the clutter in there. So you got like the bread bin and a few bits and pieces in the corner, but because there was a lack of counter space, I didn't go too crazy on the clutter. So yeah, kept it pretty simple. Now I'm working on the dining area, so I'm going with the Dream Home Decorator set, I think. So that's table and chairs. You know, I did mention that it is quite narrow, so I was conscious of space and how that would work for my Sims sort of getting through. And just working on a rug there, going for the simple beige rug, I think from the industrial loft kit, because I love that rug so much. I love it. It's my favorite, probably my favorite rug. Let's think about this. Yeah, pretty certain that is my favorite rug. I was contemplating the idea of like boxing off the dining area, but no, it was it was too squeezy. That's the best word I can come up with. It was too squeezy. It was too squeezed in. So I'm just going to create like a bit of a shelving kind of entertainment area. So once again, Dream Home Decorator coming to the rescue for that. You know, loves a good stack, the old Dream Home Decorator set. And I would already use the colour in the table and the chairs anyway, so that it kind of made sense that I would have more furniture in that particular wood shade. I just wish they would, so I was playing around with this for a little while just to get it the way I wanted it to look, but got there in the end. So I'm just going to do a little bit of decorating and make it look so pretty with all the little bits and pieces that fit in there. So it's just a matter of finding what will fit in the little small spaces really. And that were in my colour palette, so going for the neutral colours. So I'll just skip over that for a little bit and we'll come back when I've done a little bit more decorating. So there we go. So I've got some bits and pieces in there, mainly books, some flowers and some wine, because we want some wine. So I'm just creating like a little study nook now. So I did this with the book nook kit and the tiny home living, tiny living. Oh no, I don't remember which name is right. Tiny home stuff pack. I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, that cute little desk. So I love having the option of a one grid desk. Sometimes it's appropriate for the space. You know, I guess I could have gone bigger if I wanted to, but I wanted to have some bookshelves in there and make it super cute. So that's what I did. So just looking for some little bits and pieces to see if I can put anything along that desktop there, and guess what, I could. So I was happy with that. Not that there's many things that would actually fit there that are in like small shelf slot category that are suitable for a study. You know what, we kind of need a study stuff pack, don't we? I know we've got like some stuff in the everyday stuff pack. No, it's not stuff pack, it's a kit. I'm stuffing that up now. Stuff. In the everyday clutter kit, there's some good office stuff there, like headphones, but we need more. I think we just need more of everything. So, you know. Oh well. Now, what are we moving on to? We are moving on to the living area. So now I'm selecting the couch, the all-important decision, the old couch selection. I'm just comparing my neutral couches at this point. It's just like, I don't know. And then I was like, where on earth am I going to put the TV? So that was a decision to be made. So I'm thinking maybe on a coffee table at this point, because I prefer to put a TV on a wall if I can, because then you don't have to deal with the back of the TV and like the fact that the back of the TV isn't that attractive. So my preference is to put a TV on the wall, but you don't always win with that. So sometimes they do need to go on a coffee table and then you just have to put up with the back. But what am I going to do? Well, I actually can't remember. I have no idea if I put a TV in or not. But let's see. It's a bit exciting now, but does Velvet put in a TV? Does Velvet not put in a TV? Who knows? Not I. So just getting lots of plants in there. So I will brighten the place up with plants. So that's going to be the color point in the build, is the greenery from the plants. That's the only thing that will really be colorful. Otherwise, it's going to be all pretty super neutral. I did put a TV on the coffee table. There you go. I thought I was going to do that. It felt like that would be the case because there was nowhere else to put the TV that made sense. So just putting the everyday clutter entranceway little letter holder thing that you get, and just going through to find some bits and pieces for the walls, because that was a battle. I tell you, just getting some really nice neutral paintings or wall hangings or anything to go on the walls, because I didn't want to have like a whole heap of blank wall space. In hindsight, I probably could have put curtains over everything and that would have been helpful, but yeah, finding stuff, neutral stuff that could go on the wall was an absolute struggle street, man. I walked down it and got to the end and was like, man, I wish I had more options for artwork. Every time I do this sort of thing, eh? Okay, so I've been starting to make progress on the wall situation. I've been plumbing the depths of the wall hangings simply because the options and pictures are really, really limited. I've got the Desert Luxe shelving unit there, and I've got something from wall hangings. It's going to be deleted, so it doesn't matter. I debated on that for a long time, but I'm definitely going to use that Desert Luxe shelving. That's going to go in the hall area, and I think I'm going to use some more of those planters, which are from the Blooming Room kit, I believe. Okay, so now I'm moving on to working on the hall area. It's going to be a little bit of a work in progress kind of situation, but we'll get there in the end. So it's the Everyday Clutter kit. I am just plumbing the depths of it at the moment because it has like the keys, the glasses, the notebooks, and it's got like the coin holder, although I don't know if I use that. The little bag that goes on the wall, so, and the magazine, so like lots of little useful things that are good for clutter near the door. And it has some okay things for in the study area as well. So I love the Everyday Clutter kit. I just use it all the time. And that is the... oh, is it spooky or paranormal? I can never remember this. Every time. Every single time. I just don't know which one it is. It's one of my favourite hanging plants, but I have no idea. So I'm just taking a look inside just to see how that looks. So you can sort of see how the hallway has come together. I did pull this big bird thing out. I think that's from Decor to the Max, but it's just... no using that. I could not work out how to use that in this build. So now I'm moving on to the bedroom, and I'm using the Modern Luxe bed, and then I need to find something that will go along the side. I will probably use Dream Home Decorator, because that's teeny tiny and fits really nicely in beside the bed, and it is in that nice soft sort of pinky beige kind of tone. It's a little bit too pinky, that would, most of the time, but in this particular build it actually worked out quite nicely. So the bed is going there, and then I'm going to put in like a vanity unit. So I'm just going to plumb the depths of the Modern Luxe kit and put lots of little bits and pieces from that kit in this room, just because I was still enjoying that kit. I mean, I still am enjoying that kit, but at the time I built this, it was still relatively new. Okay, so I am now working on the curtains for the window. So once again, I am plumbing the depths of the Modern Luxe kit. It's just basically this room is going to be all... oh, the windows were hard though. It was just like, where do I situate the curtains on this window? Like, where should they sit? Should they sit like under the wood, you know, along the top of the pane, or on top of the wood, like how I've done it? Yeah, you know, sometimes it's just hard to know which is going to look or be better. So just, yeah, doing all the gold trim as far as the Modern Luxe stuff goes, because it worked really nicely with the room and all the furniture and stuff. So, you know, if you've got a set, why not go for it? That's what I say. So I'm just looking for some stuff to go on the vanity at this point. Kept it pretty simple, and it's the high school years makeup and also the bathroom clutter hairdryer. So I'm just going to play around with plants for a little bit and make a decision on what I'm doing with those. So those are just going above the bed. Changing the colour again, and then I'm going to do like a little nook there, just a little sitting nook really. It's not much to it, I don't think. Oh yeah, the dine-in plant, that's, I don't know, it's a bit of a debate as to what is the best plant in the game. I do love that plant though. Do I love that one, or do I like the Blooming Room hanging plant better? I don't know. I love them both equally, but for the favourite floor plant, then for sure, and then for the favourite hanging plant, then for sure. I can divide it like that, easy peasy. So it's like a little reading nook, I guess, but there's no bookcase, I don't think. just like a tray with a book on it. Because, you know, they fetched the book from the study area where there is a whole lot of books. So just using the... which pack is that from? I don't know, that light. I can't remember. I don't actually use a lot of standing lights. I've been using them a little bit more lately. Like, I never used to use them, but I have started to use them a little bit more in recent times. It was just one of those things because it's not something I really use so much in real life, and then so it's just not on my mind to use it in The Sims, I guess. Now I'm going to need a rug to go underneath there, so what am I going to find that's going to go under there? Well, let's find out. There we go, I found something straight away. So that was a bonus. What am I doing? Oh, I'm putting a couch on the end of the bed, but I didn't want something too wide. So that was the problem for that, finding something small enough. I think I end up maybe going for an ottoman instead. Yes, I do go for an ottoman instead because it's just you can sit on it, but it is a little bit, it's that in between that size of the couch, the two-seater couch, and the armchairs, so that makes it quite useful for like the end of the bed, which I guess is what it was designed for. Da-da. Alrighty, so I found my pictures for the bedroom just to finish that off, and I think we are just about done. I think I wanted to do like a rug in this corner, so I went with the Modern Luxe Gold and Cream, which worked perfectly with the room, which leaves us moving on to the bathroom. So as I mentioned, we have the Home Chef Hustle wallpaper on there. So I love this wallpaper. I think it's gorgeous. It's just the right height because you can put your counters in there and you still get a splashback. You see. And I'm using the Growing Together bath Home Chef Hustle counters. That is the Ain't It Slate Seasons toilet. That's one of my favorite toilets. It really is. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm moving the counters over. Perhaps. Hard to say. I can't remember how this bathroom ends up looking. It's a reasonably spacious bathroom though, so you can do a few things with it, which is nice. Sometimes, you know, you just only have a little bit of space for a bathroom and you just end up squishing things in like a 2x3 space. So, you know, you have space for a shower and a toilet and a sink, and that's it. But I did have room for clutter in this one because it's a little bit bigger. I think it's a 3x4, so a bit roomier, so we can get in the shower bath combo and plenty of clutter. Thank you very much, Bathroom Clutter Kit. I love you, I love you. And that is the Eco Lifestyle shelving, which I use all the time as well because I love that it's decorated and it's got some really nice tones on it, and it is useful. So just putting in a mirror above that to the side, and then I figure I'm probably going to do the sink on the other side. You know, I'd never actually changed the colour of that toilet paper before. It never occurred to me to change it from white. I don't know why. It just hadn't. And I do like those towels that we got with which pack was that from? It was a kit, but I don't no idea which one. But thank you very much. It's a good little towels, those ones. Is that from Bathroom Clutter? Is that what that came with? Oh yeah. I didn't realise that the towels came with that. Clearly. So I'm just deciding on a sink because, oh man, so many of those sinks are very kitcheny and not bathroomy enough, and that can be a little bit frustrating. Sometimes I care more about it than the other times, but in this instance I did care about it deeply, and I was like, wow, I'm just going to go with the round sink because that is definitely more of a bathroom vibe than the square ones with the big, like, you know, hooky tap. You know what I'm saying? The big hooky tap. Oh man. So I think I'm just about done with this bathroom though. We're just going to put in some pieces of clutter in between the sinks and just changing the colours on that. And then I think, oh no, I've already got the rug down there. So I need some more towels, I think maybe a robe and maybe a plant in the corner. There we go. But it's a nice spacious bathroom that does the job nicely, beautifully toned in a neutral. Oh, am I going to do a second rug? Oh yeah, using little spa day wooden ones in front of the sink. I do like that for an idea. So I've got a little bit of space left by the other door, so I'm going to put some bits and pieces in here as well. That's what I do with the TV. Is that what I do with the TV? I was thinking like I'm going to put couches along the side and then do a TV opposite. I think maybe I do. Let's see, but I'm pretty sure that's maybe what I do for the TV option. Yeah, because I didn't realize I didn't, when I was planning out the living area, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this space. So this kind of evolved as the build evolved. I think my thought process on what to do with this space, it's kind of like there wasn't much to be like I couldn't, because of the door placement, I couldn't create it as like a second room because I wasn't too sure which would be the entrance way, so I kind of had to leave that clear so that you could get inside the build. So yeah, so I was a little bit unsure about what to do with the space, but I came up with something in the end. So I just extended the living space, so you can have like a little party area over there. So that's the TV getting deleted from the coffee table, yay, so I can get something above the fireplace that I put in there. I have no idea if anyone else put a fireplace in theirs, but I put a fireplace in mine. Good time. So I'm just putting some little bits and pieces under there, and I'm going to decorate it up with some more plants and stuff on the side. So I'll get that done. Oh, and of course, like the fireplace little accoutrements. So we've got the fireplace poker sort of set. And then I had a little bit more space, so I just moved the plant over. Okay, so I'm stuck around for a little while, but I finally kind of decided on doing like a little second entrance area, because as I mentioned, I wasn't too sure what which one would be the main entrance to the apartment. So done like a little entrance. I was conscious of the fact that the door was off to the side, which made it a little bit hard to have a hall table, which is what I'd normally have running along there. So I'm just putting some plants along there just to add a little bit of life to that corner, but I want to leave most of that doorway space open so that it is very accessible for the Sims coming in there. So I'm just adding seeing what I can find to go on that shelf that I've done on the top there. And just doing a little bit of tweaking along the way. I found that in the wall hanging section from the pub. Okay, so I think we're about ready. I'm just changing out the lights and we are ready to take a tour. So here we go. This is our hall area here. So you can see all our little beautiful plants and then like all the neutral shells going through here. And then moving through the hallway. So I've got some benches and some paintings and some plants on there. Then we go through to the kitchen area, which is very Home Chef Hustle. I love that Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. It is gorgeous. So all in the neutral sort of pinks and blues and creams, very light, very neutral. Then going through to the dining area where I've used the Dream Home Decorator dining table and seating. And then also for the wall cabinet as well. And then that goes through to the little study nook there that were created with the tiny home desk and the book nook kit book shelves. Then this is our living area here, going through and sort of neutral little sitting space, and then there's a space by the fire with a TV so they can actually be entertained as well. And then just all sort of decorated out with plants. And then going through to the bedroom. So this is all gold and creams, which I think is very gentle and lovely. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. If I didn't have kids, I'd have all these shades, I think. So just using all of the modern luxe stuff really throughout this room, it just worked really nicely. And then going into the bathroom, once again using the Home Chef Hustle wallpaper and cabinets. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.